Hey, Paula girl. As usual, I'm excited to always have this time with you. And we're going to talk about something that I think we're all go through,
Yeah,
and that's setbacks.
yeah.
I know this is a topic we have covered before, but I feel like it's one that's just, it continuously happens in life. And I think it's just always good to touch base with our listeners and remind them that these things are not just a one and done. They happen in life throughout. The last time that we talked about setbacks, how have things been for you?
They haven't been going smoothly as I had imagined or had prepared for. Not actually prepared for because like we've talked about before, even if you have your goals and everything mapped out, sometimes things are not going to go the way that you expect them to. And it's good to prepare knowing that you might have setbacks because it'll be easier for you to adjust your goals and keep moving forward, whether it's going into a new career or making a big life change or just trying to reach your goals. You are going to experience setbacks. You have to prepare for them. And you have to remember that setbacks are not they're not the end of the road. They're just like a roadblock and you have to detour and do a redirection.
Redirection. I like that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
So
redirection.
yeah,
That's
so when you have a roadblock, like for like really when you're driving
Mhm.
and they're fixing the roads or whatever, you have to take a detour. And unfortunately, it really sucks.
So-
And you're gonna be late to work or wherever you're headed to. Um, but they happen and you have to be prepared for them. And you can't let them, because you get frustrated at the moment and you're like, why me? And why is this happening to me? And maybe I'm doing things wrong. And you start questioning everything that you're doing. And you have to remember that, hey, these things do happen. So take a breath and can you change the situation? What can you do to better the situation? But don't get trapped in that negative state with these setbacks. So for me, I just moved to LA 6 months ago, and I got here, I was very excited, and I had all these goals in mind, and I was ready to take on the world. When I first got here, I was like, what? And I was doing all these things and visiting all these places and um hiking, and it was just I was so excited. And my very first setback was when I had arrived, that I came here with a job because I wasn't going to come here without a job. I did all the onboarding for the job when I was still in Miami. So I did all my background checks. I have that all mailed in. Then I had to do fingerprints because I do work with children. So they have to do all these very thorough checks. And I did my fingerprints. I sent them in, all that. And once I get here, that was ready to start. When I was going to go into orientation, they're like, oh, sorry, you can't because your fingerprints were rejected.
God.
Apparently, when they took my fingerprints, not all the digits came out clearly, and I had to redo my fingerprints.
Oh, geez. Come
So
on.
that took me back 2 weeks of, yeah, because it took two more weeks. And then in that time, the position that was offered to me was given to someone else, and all these things started happening. And then finally, I started working a month after, and it was like it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what they had offered me, and it was just I was freaking out. And
Yeah.
then earthquakes. The first 2 months here, two earthquakes. So it was. I was like, okay. I wasn't even the earthquakes. I thought I was going to be a little bit more scared, but I think I was prepared for them already. I knew that they were going to happen at some point. So
Hmm.
I was actually excited to experience one. And
Wow.
it was just like part of my new adventure. So I needed,
Sure. So you made that shift, that mindset saying,
yeah.
you know what? This is scary, but you know what? I knew moving to California that this is a possibility. It happens.
Yep.
Tremors happen. Those types of things happen. So you already said this is part of this experience.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I had to keep going forward. And then I tried to stick with this new job, but it really wasn't what I expected and wasn't what was promised to me. So I had to start looking for another one. And you know, it was very stressful, but I did find another job and one that I really love right now and I'm very
Good.
happy with. It was a blessing too because I'm so comfortable at this job that I wouldn't have found it if this other place hadn't pushed me to do.
True.
Um,
Yeah.
and so finally I was getting into the rhythm of things, going towards my goal. And then the holidays happen. And as much as you try to prepare for the holidays, there's holidays, it's not only is it a very busy moment, everybody's highly sensitive. And there's all these emotions going around during the holidays. And it's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. It did feel like a little bit of a setback during the holidays. And then wanting to go visit my family, but not really, but I couldn't because I just started another new
Yeah.
job and I couldn't leave or ask for days off because I just started. And so I couldn't go see my family. So that kind of put me in a mood. And then the boiling point for me,
Yeah.
the one that I didn't prepare for. And now that I've gone through it, I know a little bit more, but the Santa Ana winds.
Oh my gosh.
I obviously we've all heard of them before, especially the ones that do not live on on
Yeah.
this side.
To explain for some of us that,
I'm used to hurricanes and all these tropical storms and stuff, and I've heard of the Santa Ana winds before, but I've never experienced them. And obviously we've seen on TV, what happens, and then
yeah.
with the wildfires and these winds, and you see the destruction, but until you're here, you just don't.
Wow.
And then the winds came, and I was freaking out. These winds are really strong. There are hurricane force winds, like they're strong, and people are just driving around about
They're
their
used to it
day
because yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, that's wild.
And then the wind started and the fires
Oh,
started.
wow.
It's I'm used to it raining every day in Miami, and then you get here and I'm like, I miss the rain. It never
Jeez.
rains.
Right?
It's so dry, and it was so dry that those fires picked up really fast. And it was just so terrifying because not only did we see the videos of people running out of the Palisades, but you look up in the sky and you could see the clouds of smoke. Like it's just, even if it weren't that close to it, you could just see it. And then it was just, it was very heartbreaking. It was scary as hell.
Mm,
And that's not something that you can really plan for.
no. Oh my
Um,
God.
but then you have to, take a step back and you can't like, you can't let all of that get absorbed, all that negativity. And the really great thing that I took out of that situation was seeing how everybody here came together to help the victims. It was inspiring.
Yeah.
just to see that. It was pretty great to see that. And then, because we, in the media, not here, but in the media, in other states, they were like having negative things to say about what was going on. And
Sure.
it wasn't like that at all. Here, it was real what was happening, and it was real how everybody came together to help.
Even at the ugliness of what was happening, people
Yeah,
coming together, putting differences aside
yeah,
and coming together to help. It's just basic humanity. It's like
yeah,
caring for each other. Yeah, that's really shitty that you had you and the many people out there that were direct, even those that were directly impacted by that, that it even happened. Damn, you talk about setbacks. Those are I and as someone that also left Miami and moved, and it's been for me, it's been a long time already since I've been in Delaware, but it definitely was a period of adjustment. Things didn't, you're excited, you're motivated, you fell in love with a place, and that's the reason you're moving there or whatever, for whatever reason, right? And then things don't really, like in your mind, you think, oh, I'm expecting this to happen. Some setbacks, like for me, having to get a job, starting all over again over here,
yeah,
and my community of friends and my family, and a lot of that, and the emotions that come with the holidays. And those are things that no one really prepares for. You think, but it isn't until you're there going through it. So that's just one aspect of it. But the other things that are way beyond your control, yeah, you just have to hope for the best and just pool with your community of people to get out of it, which
yeah,
sounds like you sounds like that was the saving grace for a lot of people, that there were others in the community ready to help. But I'm glad you're safe, Paula. I'm glad
thanks.
your guys are
It
okay.
was very scary. It was very scary because
Yeah.
I'm very close to Runyon Canyon when it caught fire. It was insane because we could see it, you could smell it, and it was scary. Now, next time I'm gonna be prepared during this fire season because
Wow.
emergency to go bags, very important here. And hey, if we have to evacuate, we have to evacuate.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, those are things we take for granted in other areas, right?
Yeah.
Um, things
But
that,
you know,
yeah.
every in Miami we have hurricanes.
Yeah.
The difference with that is that you prepare for those.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something unexpected because these hurricanes, it's nature. They are unpredictable. They bring tornadoes that could take the entire house. You don't know how
Yeah.
long you're going to be without electricity or any of that. And
True.
if your house floods, will the insurance pay for it?
Oh my
Probably
God.
not. Things like it's just everywhere you go, it's going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But setbacks will happen. Even if it's something like this or somebody getting sick during the holidays. My mom got sick. She was in the hospital,
Mm.
but I couldn't fly over there. First of all, the tickets were like $800.
Yeah.
Second, I just started a new job that I couldn't leave. But I wasn't expecting to have this new job because I had already the other one that,
Yeah.
had to let go. But they will happen, and you have to try to plan for the unexpected. So that's why when the new year started, we talked about getting organized and writing your goals and prioritizing each goal. And then you got to think, hey, setbacks are going to happen. And it's going to sometimes it really, the timeline that you had to do these goals, it's going to get pushed back.
True.
So, you need to adjust. You need to adjust your approach. You need to see what you could do different. because sometimes you have to change your goal completely, like the way that you're approaching it, that you're going towards this goal.
So it sounds like even with all these difficulties, with all these some tragic things that happened, like I said, and a lot of these were honestly way beyond your control. If it were up to you and you could wave your wand, everything would have gone exactly as you planned. So it sounds like even with that, it forced you to make those switches in your mindset. I would say, okay, I'll take an example of what you just shared with me. I think one of the big pluses out of the experience that you shared with a job is that you got a better job and you
Yeah.
got a job that you love. And it took for you to go through this situation, a point of uncertainty and not completely sure about the previous employer to now having one that's good. So that's great. That's something worth celebrating that you got a job that you love and you work with people that you admire and appreciate being around. But what other little shifts have helped you through these setbacks?
And it's hard. Everything's not going to be super easy. It wasn't like
Sure.
I took a deep breath and said, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
But, and I think we talked about it, not in this last episode, but the one before, that I've been doing my monthly videos on how, like, I do my anniversary videos, and then
Yeah.
I'll look through all the pictures of the month and I'll make a little reel. And that has helped a lot because then I look back and see all the cool things that I've done that I've w been wanting to do here. And then I'm like, okay, I can keep going.
Yeah.
But remember your why. Remember um, why you started. Remember why you have this goal. And it's sometimes it's tougher than you think.
Yeah.
But like we've said so many times, remember your why, adjust your goal. If you need more help, find another support system. I think I'm also going through some of that now. You just need to find the right support. Sometimes you thought that you had the right people around you, and sometimes you just need to realize that no, you might need someone else, or you might need to talk to someone else about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but keep moving forward, guys. Keep
Keep
doing it.
moving forward. Sometimes it does
Don't
mean you
let
have,
winds, fires, rain, no rain.
yeah.
Don't let
Sometimes
any of that.
like you said, it just means it's not easy. It just means having to dig a little deeper or a lot deeper to get out of that situation because slow motion is better than no motion. Yeah.
I like that. Slow motion is better than no motion.
I got that from Common. It's a song. He talks about slow motion is better than no motion. And I was like, that always stuck with me. I was like, that's right, Common.
It just
Yeah.
it sucks because sometimes you do have your goals and you want them timed a certain way and they don't happen and you're like that throws you off. And there's a lot of things that I wanted to already happen and they didn't happen quite like I planned them. And
Yeah.
I have to remember my why, remember why I'm here, why I decided to do this journey and keep
And you
moving
just said
forward.
it. You just said it. It's a journey. It's exactly what it is. It's a journey. It's not just, it's not all perfectly laid out. It's a big shift in your life to have to to relocate, go somewhere else, new job, new friends, new network. So I'll be curious to see where we are in 6 months from now. I think you'll be well situated.
And
I have the feeling. I have the feeling.
it was easier because I when I moved to New York, it was I'm not gonna lie, when you're younger, things are easier. But doesn't mean they're not possible. When you get older, it doesn't mean that it's not possible. It just means that it's gonna take you a little bit harder.
Knowing what you know now, like What kind of advice would you give someone that's thinking about doing something really big in their lives? And if you can help them, make sure you think about these things as you prepare for the big thing that you want in life.
Listen, you could probably, I could have maybe taken some more time to move here, saved some more money. I still think that I would have come here and had setbacks. Would have been better. I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you are presented with this feeling of I want to make a change. This is what I truly desire. This is what's going to make me feel better because
Mm,
I feel safer or I feel better in this place, then just do it because no matter how you plan for it, like I have a friend that is thinking of maybe moving here and they want to plan maybe in a year or two. And I'm like, I just don't think that you need to plan that much for something that you have that feeling and excitement to do now. You
true.
know what I mean?
I agree. There's
I
something
don't,
that calls in your gut that says that it's almost it's almost like you wake up feeling it like this is what I need to do. It almost feels like a strong calling, right?
especially after the years that we've had, we didn't know COVID was going to come.
Oof,
We didn't,
yeah.
nobody could have prepared for that. We don't know when the next pandemic is going to hit, and we don't know we
Yeah.
can't prepare for those things.
Yeah.
So why are you going to wait and hold on to do something that you really want to do? I don't know. I don't see it. I guess everybody's different. This is what this podcast is about. If you're wanting to make a change, find the right support and be organized about it. I'm not saying don't plan and just go
Sure.
crazy, you know, but I'm saying that it's not that impossible and that you don't have to, oh, maybe in 5 years I'll do it. No, you don't know what's going to happen in
Yeah.
5 years.
That's
We don't know
correct.
what's going to happen tomorrow. Like,
True.
get your goals in order, organize yourself, and do it. Get going. Keep moving forward.
Oh, cheers to that. This tea is warming up my soul. But you just hit on those parts. Tomorrow isn't promised. If you're yearning for change, what's stopping you? You can make change happen, even on a granular level. You can start just bit by bit. Take that big goal, make it into bite size, right? As
Yeah.
we've always talked about the SMART goals. We're always going to mention the SMART goals, but
Yeah.
even that, you adjust. You look at your goal, you
Mhm.
shift it. But if I had, when I was younger, if I had a dime or a dollar, because a dime ain't shit these days, but if I had a dollar for every time I said, oh, I'm not ready. I want to do this, but I'm not ready. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till the time is right. The time was never
Never.
fucking right.
No.
And before you knew it, 5 years, 10 years went by. And I'm like,
I
if
should
I
have done
only
that
would have
before. Yeah.
started, if I only would have started, I don't care even if I would have started and failed 5 times on my way getting there, I wish I would have started. And that's the thing. And we are our own worst saboteurs. We tend to be like we hold ourselves back. And I know sometimes it can come from experience. Maybe you went through something bad and you're feeling like uptight about it. Oh, I don't want to do that thing. Don't be on the other end of 5 years being like, I wish I would have done that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or when you feel like, oh, maybe I'm too old, even though how I feel about that, the aging thing, I think you're only as old as you are here and as you feel here. But sometimes the age piece does play a part in some of the decisions that we make. or like our kids. I was like, oh, wait till my kids are older and I can do this. Kids get older, guess what? Another thing will happen. Another thing will come up. There's always going to be that one thing that comes up.
Just do it, folks.
Just do it. You heard it. You heard it right here. You heard it right here.
I'm also very, well, you know this about me. It's not only my setbacks. I had some friends that had some setbacks,
Mm,
and I
yeah.
absorb a lot of that because I want to help them, make sure that they're okay to move forward. And that throws you back too.
Yeah.
Setbacks happen. They are going to happen. Life is not going to be perfect. Get ready to make that change, start your goal, take that yoga class you want to do, start crocheting.
Crochet. We're gonna listen, we're gonna pick a
What else
little
did we
crochet
say?
project, okay? We're gonna pick a little crochet project. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, but I do know that there's little kits. There's
I
some little
saw them.
kits, like easy kits. I'm like, we can do this, but we gotta find one that we like. So you and I will
We'll
follow
do
up on
one and then
that.
we'll show everyone
We'll,
and they can laugh at us.
we'll follow up on that for sure. I'm looking forward to that. Little things. Find the little sparkles, right? The little sparkles of joy here and there, because they're there. They're absolutely there. And as a matter of fact,
Nothing.
I think you saw, I was up like one of my many trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night, because that's like my new thing now. I wake up to go to the bathroom, okay, like at least two, three times at night, depending on how much water or tea or whatever. But I digress. Not that anybody needs to know that, but sharing this, why not?
Oh,
Essentially, so I was already awake. I'm like, you know what? I was on TikTok and I was like, oh, I see this. This is perfect. And it made me think about you. And I sent it to you. It might have been around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember. But next time you go into TikTok, you go into your DMs and you'll probably see two or three videos there from me. And I thought about our conversation so much yesterday that I was like, I don't know. I brought it with me. Like I took it with me. What you just said people having setbacks and you just feel that for people
no.
and you like, damn, what can I do to help? But I know in times when I've had setbacks and I've had to lean on people, for me, what comforted me was just to have the person there to listen.
No. Quality time.
Quality time, just listen. Not even, I don't need someone to help me fix my life. Sometimes, sure, it feels that way, but sometimes I just need that moment to just be able to say,
Yeah.
damn, dude, I'm going through it right now. And that's it. And usually by after that, you've had that exchange or you've communicated with your people, you feel a little bit better. That's usually the case. At least it has for me. So yeah, after a conversation yesterday, I I sat with that. I sat with that in my heart. And I was like, yeah, let me send Paula these little videos at 1, 2, 3 a.m. So,
The
so
hummingbird videos.
the hummingbird video, I sent you some, I think I sent you like some like motivational stuff. It was something about setbacks. And my conspiracy theory is, which of course everybody probably agrees, is it's common knowledge that our phones are listening to us. So they probably have heard me. I have my phone sitting like next to me. So it's probably heard me talk about like setbacks and all that kind of stuff. And so suddenly I'm getting content about
Yeah.
motivational speakings or like quotes or like this. I was like, I welcome that. If I could fix the algorithm of my life, I would want to have positive things coming and not all the bullshit that's circulating out there right now.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
another setback days are when you've watched too many of these videos or
Mm,
news videos or things that are happening and you absorb that and that sets you back too because you are feeling it. You are angry, upset, and that also sets you back.
yeah.
But We got to stick with things that we can actually control, that we could actually change, and then work on those things because there's some things that we can't do anything about. And then there's some things that we can do something about.
True.
So do those things, you
Do
know?
those things.
And
Absolutely.
just remember to keep moving forward. And setbacks are a part of your journey.
Well said.
Yeah.
It's true.
And this is what that this is our why. This is why we started doing this podcast because we want to encourage people that no matter what, you can make that change. You can go towards your goal. Even if you get knocked down 50,000 times or, you know, whatever's going on, keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
We should get t-shirts made that says keep going.
Mm.
It's true. Life detours. I love that. So, what I ask everyone that's listening, that's tuning in, that's watching us right now, how do you deal with life's detours? I love to hear other people's stories of what people have gone through and how they overcame that and confirm, reaffirm that everything that we're saying, i- we know that it's true. We've lived this over and over, but we hearing those other stories is validating also for others, not just for us, but for
Yeah,
others to hear
definitely.
that and how they overcame that and still probably going through it right now.
Yep.
Just, I think it's safe to assume that as a society right now, we're all going through something. Share with us what are some of your stories or how have you gotten
Yeah, you can
through your
direct
setback?
message us or
Yeah.
leave us a
Or drop
comment
it in
on
the
Instagram
comments or something.
or
Yeah.
on the blog, wherever. We read them
Wherever.
all.
Wherever.
And there is a blog about setbacks, and there we do have a blog about how to do your SMART goals if anybody needs to adjust them
Yeah.
or if you didn't start in January and you need to start now, hey,
That's okay. Listen,
it's
you can
okay.
start it. That's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The sooner the better, so you have no regrets later of letting time go by and then you feel the regrets of not have done that thing. Yeah, this has been a very good conversation, Paula. I appreciate you sharing these personal things. And yeah, you're a true testament of, in my, to me, I can say this to you, like resilience, just being able, you're still going forward. Even if you're feeling pissed off one day or you're feeling a little annoyed, you're still waking up, you're still showing up.
Yeah. I don't think I said it in but my car was crashed into also. What are you gonna do? It was parked. Somebody crashed into it. And unfortunately, I can't get it fixed at the moment because of other setbacks, but what am I gonna do? I was very upset about it,
Mm,
but it's not the end of the journey. It's just another detour
it's another detour.
and keep moving forward.
Yes. And I know things are going to look up as you're sitting here showing up for us, for everyone that's tuning in. It speaks to your commitment in wanting to, in keeping on top of your goals and keeping on top of those things that you're set out to achieve.
I do I do believe it's possible. You stick to it, you can reach anything you put your mind to it. And
Absolutely.
it's very important to remember that. And don't wait till tomorrow. Start today,
Hey, you heard it here.
you know?
You heard it here.
Because
Start today.
you're gonna wait, you're gonna wait, and then 20 years have passed by and you're like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah. In that it's never too late to start, no matter what age, no matter what you're going through. And that's always the toughest part is making that first step, right? Or getting there. But once you get that step, it makes it a little less uncomfortable. Hey, find us on rebelizechange.com. Find us on social media. We're there. Bye, everyone. Until next
Bye.
time.